Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and it's time to look at some of the best kisses and NC scenes of 2023. This year we've had some of the best, most sensual kisses and NC scenes of all time. I typically judge kissing scenes not by the technique or how much the couple is kissing or how deep is the kiss. I judge the kissing scenes by one thing and one thing only: how it makes me feel when I see the kiss. Do I get butterflies? Do I go awe? Does the kissing scene make me feel single although I'm married? So it doesn't matter how light or deep the kiss is, if it moves me, it's going in my best kisses list. So now that you know my criteria, let's go ahead and look at my 16 best BL kisses of 2023. I just cannot express properly in words how incredibly sensual this oil massage scene was. I was holding my breath throughout the scene. Jom was so aroused just by massaging Kunyai's back, and Kunyai could also sense Jom's desire by the pressure that Jom was applying while massaging him. The rhythmic movements, the soft glow of the candlelight, the aromatic oil, the way Jom was so close to Kunyai, he could practically feel his frantic breath on his back. It was all too much for my heart. I needed an overhead oxygen mask to drop at that moment so that I could breathe and stop heaving. Every single kiss between Jae-rui and Jonggi is amazing, but this night train kiss is something special. Jae-rui had rejected Jonggi. He wanted to stay away so he could protect Jonggi. Jonggi was heartbroken. He was sad and dejected. So when Jae-rui barged in and tried to put the bandage on his bleeding hand, he felt even more tormented. Seeing that Jae-rui still cares about him, Jonggi couldn't help but fall deeper and deeper. Jae-rui was standing on thin ice. He could fall in any second. It was taking all of his strength to ignore Jonggi's intense gaze on him. That slight pause where Jae-rui was deciding whether to let Jonggi kiss him or not made my heart stop, literally. Jonggi kisses Jae-rui and pulls him on his lap, frenziedly kissing him. This scene was literally perfection, and I cannot stop watching it again and again. Also, don't forget Jonggi wanted to apply ointment on Jae-rui, but Jae-rui was so embarrassed he let him do it again. First of all, Pond and Fuvin have really good chemistry, and second of all, their jawlines are chiseled by the BL gods and they look absolutely gorgeous when they kiss. I really like this kiss for several reasons, but the main reason I like this kiss is because Palm is Nyungdiao's bodyguard. So basically he's employed by Nyungdiao. He serves Nyungdiao, so it really hits different when he took Nyungdiao's lips so authoritatively. The juxtaposition between Palm's position in their relationship and the way he clearly owns Nyungdiao's lips and his body is just absolutely beautiful. I do not care for this series, but this kiss is really wow, beautiful. To hell with I love you. I want without you I can't breathe. All the misunderstandings wash away with the rain. All that remains is just two people who are insanely in love with each other, who can't stay apart from each other even for a minute. Two people who fit each other like two pieces of a puzzle. Segasaki and Yo's kisses have always been intense and erotic, but this one just gives me so many feels. We didn't see Segasaki so desperate, so unsettled, like he had lost his self, his soul. So when he saw Yo doing what he does every day, living the same life with him as he does every day, his ordinary gestures, the habitual nuances of his movements, all of them painted a portrait of a life both serene and profound to Segasaki, and he couldn't help but seize this moment to take Yo in his arms, to kiss him and to never let him go. Everything about the smoke kiss between Ray and Sand is perfection. The dimly lit room, the earthy scent of burning tobacco hanging in the air, the low hum flirting between Sand and Ray as they both look into each other's eyes, almost certain that something is going to happen between them, but there is still an element of uncertainty. The sexual tension in this scene was making my hair stand up, and when they kissed, it's like all the pent-up tension in the room exhaled with that smoke. All reservations melted away, leaving only the raw physical connection between Sand and Ray. The breathlessness, the unwillingness to part away, ending in a long and continuous kiss was all too much to bear, and my husband had to legit take me to the hospital after this. I didn't think that any other kissing scene between Sand and Ray could top the smoke kiss, but I was dead wrong, because oh my god, the kiss at the university. It had so many feels. It was emotional and so heartbreaking. This kiss was not just a kiss of physical passion or desire. This kiss was a kiss of helplessness. It was a kiss of surrender. It's the confidence that Ray has in Sand. He knows that he owns him, and however hard he tries to get away, he will always come back to him. The powerlessness in Sand's eyes speaks volumes. His inability to resist Ray and his complete weakness in front of Ray is so evident in his eyes. Ray holds him by his neck and kisses him fiercely, letting him know that he can never escape him. This scene literally lives in my head rent-free and I can never forget it. Oh my god, I did not know that a typical Korean BL could go there. I mean, I knew they could show a good kiss here and there, but a full NC scene? What the hell? The teaching assistant and returning student couple were my favorites, and it's because their chemistry was just so powerful. Like they looked at each other as if they wanted to eat each other's souls. The scene where Jo-hyuk makes Sungmin sit on his lap and adjust his position is so... I can't describe it in words, but I was gagging. I didn't expect this kind of intimate scene from a Korean BL show. These two didn't come to play, they came to serve, and serve they did. Oh my god, this scene literally took my breath away. This supermarket kiss is definitely first of its kind because I don't think we have seen a couple literally do the deed on the supermarket shop floor, with the sauce bottles shaking and everything. It was so unserious yet so incredibly enticing all at the same time. Doe and Off-Road have insane chemistry and it truly shined when their lips touched and they proceeded to eat each other's faces off. I'm so glad Doe and Off-Road reacted to this scene because now they can finally feel what we all felt as we watched this scene, and this was exactly my reaction too. This Jang and Pat NC scene is so special for so many reasons, and the biggest reason is that they gave us this rain shower after weeks of straight drought, and we automatically opened our mouths and drank the rainwater as if we were camels in the Sahara Desert who had just found a small oasis filled with fresh blue water. Another reason why this scene is incredibly iconic is because of Jang. I mean, look at how hungrily he looks at Pat, like a lion looking at its prey before he sinks his teeth into him. Oh my god, he is a natural when it comes to these type of scenes, and Pat was also in complete harmony with Jang, and together they made this scene literally memorable. Honestly, all of Hira and Kyoi's kisses from the season 2 of My Beautiful Man and the movie are my favorites, but this scene is something special. There is such a contrast between Hira and Kyoi's relationship dynamic and their sexual dynamic that it is exciting to see when they share any intimate moment. Hira is timid and shy in real life. He treats Kyoi as a deity, an idol who is his object of affection. Kyoi, on the other hand, is domineering, gets annoyed easily, and is extremely possessive of Hira. But when Hira sees even a tiny opportunity for him to have his way with Kyoi, he grabs it with both hands and his shyness disappears. His desire for Kyoi is raw and unfiltered. He makes Kyoi melt into a puddle in his arms. The way he grabs his chin and makes him look into the mirror to show him how beautiful he is gives me goosebumps. Kyoi's coy expressions, his red face, and the fire in Hira's eyes tell me if this is not the best and the most beautiful yaoi kiss scene you've ever seen. Ritsu and Masumi invented the water kiss, and I have literally not been the same since. Something changed in me when I saw Ritsu swirling the water in his mouth, mixing it with his saliva and pouring it in Masumi's mouth. It's a subtle action of domination mixed with closeness and intimacy. It symbolizes that Ritsu has full control in this relationship and Masumi has completely surrendered his heart to him and is very vulnerable in front of him. Ritsu is so bad but so hot, it makes me so conflicted. You need to literally run and watch the full uncut NC scene between Songkram and I. Not just my jaw, my whole face was on the floor. Unlike Playboy the series, the scene between Songkram and I is tastefully filmed, and because they are so much in love, the scene is so meaningful and lovable. The chemistry between Earth and Bang just shines in this scene. The way they look into each other's eyes and smile, the way they intertwine their hands together while they do it, the way Songkram asks him if he wants it and I nods his head. Everything about this scene is just so passionate, thoughtful, and attentive. I really loved this scene and this show, and I will always talk about it. I want to include this scene from Eternal Yesterday because of its uniqueness. This is a first of a kind kiss between a human and a walking corpse. Koichi wants to kiss Mitsuru, but he's afraid that Mitsuru will find kissing a corpse disgusting. But Mitsuru doesn't think that way at all. To him, Koichi is just Koichi. His cold lips that are devoid of color are still beautiful to him. He wants to hold Koichi, to be loved by him, even though there is no hope for them. No hope for their future. The scene is so serene, so hot, so passionate, yet so sad and so dark. This show, and specifically this scene, is a prime example of the beauty of Japanese filmmaking. They have this way of making extremely dark and complex scenarios seem so modest and so striking. It's also interesting to see that a corpse can be aroused when they are next to their lover. Going from a naive youngster Tien in A Tale of Thousand Stars to a mature and charismatic Wen looking hungrily into a stranger's eyes, urging him to quench his thirst. It was shocking to see. The fact that Earth and Mix have this sensual chemistry and they look like they've been doing this for years. The ease with which they hold and handle each other. The move is so in sync, looking extremely beautiful. This show premiered in January this year and I still remember every single detail of the scene. A man in his 40s who has been starved for years is suddenly being seduced by a youngster. What else could he do? Apart from throwing caution to the wind and pulling out his old cutlery to sit down and eat. This kiss between Jaewon and Jiyoon shocked the hell out of me. It was so soon, they barely knew each other, but the attraction between them was so strong that Jaewon couldn't help but pull him in for a kiss. The kiss is awkward because Jiyoon is so inexperienced. Jaewon is moving his lips, but we can see that Jiyoon is shocked. The tension between the two of them had built up so much that I literally shouted the moment they kissed. Also, it was so cute that what prompted Jaewon to kiss Jiyoon was the fact that Jiyoon called him Young. My heart still flutters when I think about this couple and I don't think I will ever forget them. Maru and Minwoo's kiss was just so heartwarming and adorable. The chup chup sounds as they were kissing made me feel all warm and gooey inside, and I kept watching that scene on repeat just to see how Maru pulls Minwoo in for a kiss for the second time after Minwoo asks him if this was a prank and he says, "Does it look like a prank?" in his soft and wet voice. They were my second favorite couple from the show and I absolutely loved their storyline. So these were my favorite kisses of 2023. Leave your faves in the comments below. The year is not over yet and I'm sure we will have a few more to add as the year ends. I would say that this year was as good as last year in terms of good kisses, if not better, and I'm sure next year will be even better. So see you guys in my next video. Bye.